So I got the goodies. 2 weeks have gone by and I ordered these and I got them online. This is the Radiator. Funny thing, the 3930, the website said they listed it for $380. And I called and they didn't have any. They were like, we're waiting for the manufacturer to make them. And we have an alternative. They said we can get you one, but it's going to cost you $662 instead. So I don't know if I got ripped off or not, but here it is. So this is the replacement. And right away I noticed that they look pretty much the same, except that the expansion tank on this one, on the new one, is a little bit smaller. And it doesn't come with the drain cock on it. And it doesn't come with the radiator cap, so I got to switch these over. And I also ordered the upper and lower rad hoses. And this is for Komatsu. It comes from Komatsu. Case, Perkins, this is a Perkins engine that I got on my tractor. And Perkins diesel. I think so, it's on the Ford. It was made in the UK. Maybe I'm wrong. And I got the thermostat for it. It's a 180. And there should be a gasket in here. Or at least I hope there is. Oh, gasket. Right on, so I got everything. So let's go outside to the tractor. So, if you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps. Since the last clip you see, there's been a time, some time that's gone by, and what happened was my camera wouldn't work, and it decided to start working again. So here I am. I did some work on the tractor, and I'll show you what I did. So I got the radiator, I installed it, I put the air cleaner in, and if you go around to this side, you can't see it from here. I'm in the middle of installing the breather tube, the air breather tube, and what's going on with that is it's hitting up against the radiator on that side. I've got to somehow, they're not quite the same dimensions. And if you look up on that corner, you can tell it's hitting up against that shroud. See right here? It's hitting up against the shroud. I cleaned out the oil in the bottom of that, behind the belt and behind the main pulley down here. And maybe I can get a better view. See the main pulley back there? I was going to remove it. There's a hole inside this frame member and it comes out the front. But this aftermarket bucket is bolted onto it. And when I decided I was going to take that off, I cannot, because it's hooked into this tube, which is hooked into this frame, which is this frame, which is bolted onto these tubes. So I have to remove the bucket and everything else, the subframe, and to do that the tractor's got to be running. So I have to assemble this. I have to remove the bucket, and to assemble this the tractor's got to be running. So I got to put it all back together just to get the bucket off, to get to the front main seal of the engine on the crank. It's leaking. So I'm going to do it at a later date, but I made sure everything was greased up and very easy to disassemble and reassemble. Okay? So this morning I gotta try to get that air cleaner tube on there without crushing the radiator. I also have to reconnect these tubes over here, and there's the shroud and the hood. Alright, yesterday I lost a bolt. It's a 1 inch 5/16 national course bolt. Anyways, it's got a flat head on it, and it goes down here. It helps hold on to the shroud, and now I have to get that in its position and try to bolt this on. I might have less problems if I try to get it down there with a magnet. I'm going down there with a magnet. There. I should be able to get on it. The socket. And bingo. I'm just going to try that to see if it helps before I start running away with the shroud to make it fit. So I'm going to try this thing off. A little bit of sheet metal. Hopefully it's enough. I got files. I got some pry. Okay, put the files here for now. And brush clean files out. See if I can't get this piece off. Should have brought a pair of pliers. Alright. Now I'm going to try. Got wet hands. I hate touching files with wet hands. I'm going to remove that. Oh, thank you now. Alright. That's going to work. Just going to clean out what's there. The edge. I use a brass brush so I don't gel up my tiles. There, once upon a time you wouldn't really put air to a file because you don't have to now. But then you want to take care of them. So I got a run file here. And cut it out. There, we got a can of primer. Just going to put some in the lid and apply it with a brush. I don't want to make everything orange red, right? Should be dry in a few minutes. It's quick drying primer. Normally 15 minutes for primer is enough. Well, actually that's not bad. I think I bent it too much. Seems to be pulling real hard now. Yeah, I bent it a little bit too much. All right. Ah, that works. That was it. I gotta bend this again in a different way. I want to sort of bring this in a little bit, so I have to bend the tabs. So I gotta straighten out these a little bit. That. I hope I don't mess up the rest of my adjustments. There, that looks better. It's not fitting better. It's not fitting at all now. I gotta rebend this a bit. I think I bent it too much, that's the problem. Unless Alright. So this way you don't chafe the tie wrap. Okay. There it is. Now I can bring the brush. An air hose. And clean this off. Okay. And let's see if these tie wraps don't do the trick. So, just a minute. There. Well, it's keeping it away from it. The vibration won't cause it to. Just hope it holds up. And this will go around. No problem. I think I should loosen this off and help bring the rod a little bit this way. I still have some more, like 1/8 of an inch, I can bring it up. Okay. Let's try to get some slack on this. There, that seems to, that'll never bump into anything now while running. Okay, so now I can hook up this sensor. Put it on and off a few times. And actually scratch. There's a little bit of corrosion on. So by putting it on and off a few times, it'll make a good connection. Okay, so now that's done. That should. It doesn't seem to be tearing, and I took out the sharp edge so it wouldn't. Alright, so now it's time for, I'm going to put some new hosing on there. Two more. I have a little bit of hosing, some more. I might want to use these. This on there? Yep. Good. So I have an extra piece. And that's sort of what I want. I'm going to replace this one as well. It will work. Alright, I think I'll change it up now. Here's cord. Yes, cord. 1/4 inch. Set that aside now. I don't know why you spliced it here. I guess it has problems. And or pinhole maybe. And I guess I can splice it right there. Yeah. It's an old, it's a 1992. And I don't know if they ever went around, it's already rebuilt or what. It's got like $3,000 working on steel, but I'm seeing a leak. Where's it come from? I'm gonna go off the engine block with hair. And keep on the leak. This lower rack will be a real pain. I was trying to tighten up something. But I actually can't get these holes through. No, I cannot. I have to remove the whole shroud. I'm trying to get it okay. Yeah, this way. Nope. Oh, there's a big mill here. I can move this piece out of the way. Give me more room. Enough, nicely. There. There. Now for me. To be honest, I never saw such a bad setup for something like that. Look at you. I'm gonna put a hole in this. Right there. You need to drill it. That last fit the socket. Not easy. Come on. It's not, but people do. It's moving. There. Down here. There. What kind of cones do I have here? 1, 2. Yes, I have enough. Another hole. Right here. Clean this stuff up here. Spray. Yeah. Okay, 2 more punch here on the other side. No? Dirt in the system. Take this one. So I finished tightening those up. Tightened the hold down brackets, and I tightened up that splice they made. Don't know why they made it, but I tightened it up. So now what's left is to get the screen out front here and put in the bolts here. I'm not quite sure how those go yet. So I gave this a fresh coat of paint. And to let the moisture out, right? Sure it's not clogged. Alright, what I'm talking about is these clips here. There's one on either side, and I was looking at the way the pattern is on this thing, where it might have been fixed, and this one almost seemed like it went on the other side over here. It really has no purpose as far as I can see. So I'm just putting it back so I don't lose them. I probably shoved in some rust in there. I just tapped those out and everything. That part, I don't know if I got it on camera. That was yesterday. And put it like that. Now let's see what happens when I put this shroud on. Does it prevent anything from happening? Does it prevent it from actually tightening down? It seems to be taller here. That might make a difference. It's barely on there. So no, they don't go there. They would raise this thing up. For some reason, isn't supposed to give me some problems. It is. I'll go here. Okay. that's that for that. Okay. Well, it's gotten to the point where it's too hot not to be covered up. I always wear a turtleneck, white, really cool under here, and a hat to prevent from burning the dome. That's what I do. I'm not so sure that sunscreen is that good for you. They say it is. Protect yourself, blah 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 blah, but is it good for you? You're microdosing yourself with Lord knows what. I gotta get some white grease for that. So there's a pivot here where the battery holder goes. I'm just putting white grease on because it sticks. It doesn't fade off, right? Battery warmer, if it still works. It's not light. Now we're gonna go get the hood, or the hood. I'll bring you in on what I did, right? So I put on the battery posts. That's the pin I was trying to get in, and this is the tray that holds the battery on top of the engine. Now that battery must get hot. It's right on top of the engine, but that's where they put it. And I put a rubber mat because my hood clearance, my battery's a little taller than it should be. Four bolts. Bolt right on there. Vamos chercher la bouteille de viande. La bouteille de viande, je fais dans la boîte. Dans la boîte. So it's touchy, just like that. Oh, it's Permatech NTCs. A ratchet. La petite. Puis, ramasse-moi le socket pour le couteau. C'est qui qui va la chercher? Non. Non. Laisse le gros. C'est ça, je crois bien. C'est ça, passe-moi la ratchet. Alright, so everything is back together. Only thing puzzling me is I can't find the clamp. Or is it on there already? It's on there. That's why I couldn't find it. It's right there. I was looking for the exhaust clamp. It's at the tip of my finger. So I'm going to put that on before I start it up. Just going to let it run until it comes up to operating temperature. I want to see that thermostat open up. this concludes the build or the repair on the tractor for the radiator. So if you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.